Good morning. How are you guys? I am doing well, even though I have to go to work, and you guys are going to hear me complain a lot about work. Hopefully, I'll stop doing that because it's probably pretty annoying. I got a good request from Gabby Golub, who's a new subscriber, and she wanted to see a Half-Life themed drawing with the G-Man or Gordon or something like that. I decided to go with Gordon and Alyx, two of the best characters from the series. I guess I should talk a little bit about Half-Life and why I like it. I started playing the game. I think I was in the 8th grade or 9th grade when I got it on PC, and it had been, I think it had been out for maybe 2 years, maybe a year. But I knew that it was good. I didn't really know what I was getting into. Up until that point, I hadn't played many first-person shooters. There'd been a few, maybe Thief, GoldenEye. Those are the two big ones I can think of. Thief is another great game if you haven't played that one. But so I pick up that game, Half-Life, and it was like on sale for PC. And I remember looking in the instruction manual and seeing this little letter that Gordon got from Black Mesa saying, "Oh, hey, you were accepted. You know, we saw your MIT resume and all that stuff." And I thought to myself, like, wow, this is weird. Like, that's kind of a strange way to set this up. Like, I had no idea who Gordon was. I thought he was some kind of like a big shot fighter, like Master Chief or something. And I couldn't have been more wrong. And I'd never played a game that felt so immersive and like a movie. I mean, and it was different from Final Fantasy and all of my favorite games at the time, which I still enjoy a lot. But when the game starts, you're in this tram going to work for the first day, and it was very ordinary. And I remember thinking to myself, I was having fun with the game, even though I didn't have a gun at that point, or none of the fighting had started. And it really did feel like it was a day on the job, which is, once again, very strange for a game to start like that for me. Especially a first-person shooter. It didn't get into the action for a while. And when it did, shit really hit the fan, and he's in this suit, and he's sort of expected to, Gordon's expected to do all of these things. And it's sort of, I think he has a little bit of the chosen one thing going on, except he doesn't respond to any stimuli, like, verbally. He's just like, through his actions, you know that he's complying with things. He's saving people, running around, shooting the aliens, so you know whose side he's on. But he's not talking throughout the whole game, and there aren't any cutscenes, which also blew my mind, because you never see him, walking around and making facial expressions. It's basically all you. It's all you want to project onto the character, which I thought was amazing. I thought there hadn't been enough games that had done that. I mean, sure enough, GoldenEye, I mean, he's not talking and all of that, but you know who James Bond is. Gordon Freeman doesn't really have a personality, or he doesn't have one at all. He doesn't have anything. I mean, he was an MIT nerd, and I guess you can make assumptions about his personality if you want based on that. People are constantly asking him to do things. I think for some reason I find him to be a really complex character, even though he has no character traits. And you can see, I guess you might be able to imply things as well from how Alyx treats him. Like, she seems to kind of look at him like she definitely has a crush on the guy, and he's like a legend by the time you're playing Half-Life 2. Once again, these opportunities, responsibilities, and powers that were sort of like thrust upon him, and he just happened to be really good at killing shit and figuring his way out of bad situations and becoming a freedom fighter. And I guess the Vortigaunts had some prophecy about him. I mean, I don't know. One of you guys can correct me on that. I don't know. Half-Life 2, I remember waiting a long time to play that. It blew my mind when I played it. I thought it was amazing. Great graphics. Just the gameplay has always been solid in these games, and just the story is so clever, and it treats you like an adult, like almost too much sometimes. Like they want you to do some digging, I guess. Like in the first game, you're going to Zen and fighting all these aliens and things like that. And there's this whole huge brain beast. And I don't think there's any way for a fan to understand the whole story without doing some real digging for the lore and all that stuff. And it's not explained to you, which I think probably helps with this idea of being thrust into a situation where you don't know anything. Because I don't think Gordon knows any of this shit. To me, it seems like he just goes wherever people point him to, and then, if there are Striders running around, someone gives him a big gun, he blows them up and goes to the next point. But I guess he has a general idea of what he has to do. Even in the second game, I think I'm really not. I'm not quite sure what's going on with whoever runs City 17. I forgot the guy's name. I think he's in league with the Combine and all that. Another great group of enemies. I hope all this stuff I'm saying makes sense, and I'm not just. I know I am rambling. But if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. The G-Man, another great character, real mysterious, and the series also does a really good job of making you like characters, like Alyx, her dad, Dr. Kleiner, even Barney. There were some good spin-offs of the first game. One of them was Opposing Force, which is really good. And the other one was Blue Shift, where you play Barney, and you'll come across Gordon in some of these spin-offs. I hope they make an Opposing Force Source remake, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know when Half-Life 3 is gonna come out. I hope it comes out before I'm dead. That would be nice. But Valve is keeping really secret on that. I feel like it's just gonna spring up on us one day, and we're all just gonna have our dicks blown off by it. Yeah, maybe I should actually talk about this drawing. I think it came out really well. Considering I didn't use much reference, I used maybe like I put down the skeleton and like the base design for these characters, and then used some reference to flesh them out a little bit. But other than that, I think I noticed I'm getting a little better at the character drawings. Threw a little dog in there. All right, thanks for watching, and tell me about your experience with the Half-Life, if you've played it, or if you've played any other cool first-person shooters. And you can even try and convince me why Halo is a really good game. I've played the first two, and I thought they were decent, but I never got that Half-Life feeling out of it. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.